Hello guys. My name is Eldar, and I am producer for UPP Prague. So our specialization is visual effects and post-production. And last year we launched our brand new game trailers and cinematics department. Perhaps you have already seen our works like Blade Runner, Wonder Woman, Allied, commercials with Malkovich, Kunis, Federer, the guy with the football, Messi, yeah, Lionel Messi. And actually we've done more than 3,000 commercials, but today we'll mostly talk about game trailers. So how does it work? The clicker, click? Oh, okay. At start, I want to share some facts with you. So by the next year, video will represent over 80% of all internet traffic. 1 minute of video is equal to 1 million words. And after watching, 64% of users are more likely to buy a product online. Okay, let's skip this part. So why trailer is important? So, do you watch trailers before you go to the cinema? Yeah. So what's the difference between a good trailer and a bad trailer? That's actually a simple answer. First, weekend box office. Because you know, today films typically generate 1/3 of their domestic ticket sales in the first 3 days of release. So it's a part of a huge PR campaign that encourages, you know, the audience to the cinema. And in the film industry, there's a really special department for that. But what about a game dev? First, let's look at the formats. What do we have? We have announcement trailer, pre-order trailer, launch trailer, DLC trailer, etc. And you can set actually any goal, like make your video viral. But in the end, all of them have to lead to raising awareness, sales, and I hope both. And usually marketing department sets KPI of the trailer. And guys, yeah, that's bad information. We have to face the truth. Trailer is more about marketing than art. It doesn't mean that you don't have to be creative. You have to, but you have to collaborate very closely with your marketing department if you want to achieve good results. But today we'll mostly talk about ideological part, like so no call to action buttons on the landing page. No worries. So if it's so cool, why don't you have it? 3 reasons. Low budget or indie, weak marketing department, or underestimation. Let's cut some gameplay footage, download music from the stock, and release it. Does it sound like familiar to someone? Oh, you're very professional. I like that. So you have to understand one thing. That is, your trailer is bigger than your game. That's very important. So can you imagine a game from a AAA studio with a bad trailer? Like, yeah, it could be average, but they try to do their best. So why such a legendary companies like Blizzard invest like millions of dollars in developing game trailers? After all, you can say, oh, well, they're doing fine, so why to impress players so much? Today, trailer has become a separate genre, and it works independently, as films, as comics, and cosplay. So when your potential player watches your announcement trailer, you plant a seed in his mind. And afterwards, when you release your game, there will be a huge tree of expectation, emotions. So how to do that? So we have 4 pillars that you can rely on. It's a marketing, story, quality, and risk. Let's start with the marketing. You have to choose your target audience before starting script writing. Understanding your target audience is crucial, especially when we talk about video content. But I'm pretty sure you know a lot about marketing segmentation, like behavioral, demographic, and etc. But what if we want to reach 2 absolutely different audiences in one video? Is it possible? Yes.
got a dragon. That was a good game.
Yeah.
So now let's imagine two players, John and Alex. John is a big fan of Witcher, and Alex never heard about Witcher before. Do you think that John and Alex share the same point of view after watching? Like for Alex, it's more about emotional and emotional impact and narration. And I'm pretty sure Alex wants to learn more about the game, especially if he's interested in Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. And what about John's impression? My guess. So he caught the legendary grin of Cyrilla. Afterwards usually follows, a vanish, then an ambush. So John thinks, okay, what will be next? Will it be Ignite, or will Geralt immediately start the fight? No, he's being sarcastic. So he's ready toward the battle, and then a card fight. Did they make a standalone Gwent game? So that is a surprise for John. So while Alex enjoyed the visual and narrative part, John filters it through his previous experience in Witcher. Hidden elements doesn't attract Alex's attention so much, but for John, they are huge emotional triggers. So the goal was to impress Alex and make John feel unique, even special. And this trailer has done a great job. So one short example. Imagine you have a mobile race game, and your main target audience would be mobile users between 50 and 25 years old. But what if we want to reach like very special audience, like Ford Mustang owners? Like, how can we do that? We can add to our trailer a very special sound of the Mustang engine. Do you know how it sounds? Yeah, because I don't have a Mustang too. I think you don't have also. But so this is the way we create emotional triggers with the hidden elements. But hidden elements require previous experience, not only the game experience. It could be like a normal life experience. Okay, now story. If you ask me to give you just one piece of advice, I could say it's all about the story. But do we really know what the story is? Like, many people believe that it's something about a narration, script writing, something like that. And they will be half right. Because, story is a complex process that includes not only a creativity, but also a routine. And the good story consists of exposition. That's a background information of your story. Then we have a complication or a conflict. That's a core of your story. Then we have a catharsis. That's the highest emotional part of your story. And then we have a culmination. That's emotional or logical end of your story. So in this example, we have a exposition, so we can see the pub, they're playing cards. Then we see this guy, Nilfgaardians, then we can see the actually emotional triggers, because they could be verbal or non-verbal, that's fine. Then we have a catharsis and the culmination. So they've done a very smart job. They put a card battle in the catharsis part. So the highest emotional part, and here you can find the card battle. This is really clever. Okay. So now we have a good story. Is it enough to win viewers' attention? No. Now we have to connect, this puzzle. So we need to push the viewer to identify himself with our story. So how can we do that? Sometimes we call it empathy or identification with the character. So to do that, your character must be good in something. Like, everybody likes talented characters, so show his real skills. Treat it unjustly. Your character has to suffer and overcome difficulties. If you treat him unjustly right from the beginning, you could win viewers' attention very fast. A very good example here is Harry Potter, but please do not over-dramatize it. Third is in danger. Put your character in danger, and this is an insight. That's actually a movie rule. Your character can get in trouble accidentally, that's fine, but he cannot get out from it randomly. Otherwise, you will achieve bad effect. And memorable. This is very, it's a very tricky, because there is no recipe of creation unique character. So you can draw inspiration from books, films. And I want to show you the example of a memorable character.
Where's your master? I don't deal with domesticated.
Hey, the fuck? I ain't got no master, but I do have your little toy.
Show me the idol. Show me the Redeemer.
Here you go, mate.
Hey, G.
Yo, hand it over. I got a hot date who don't do late.
Monkey's got a date.
Mwah.
What? What?
What? That's Swiss fucking chocolate, pig. Bon appetito.
This guy actually he's crazy, and he's absolutely fantastic. He has absolutely outstanding sense of humor. So we cannot resist his charm because everything here supports his nature. Music, environment, everything, color. So this is a unique character. This is a very good example. Okay, so this trailer was fun, so I want to bring your attention to humor and simplicity. So your story has to be simple. That's a very simple rule. So, but when I say simple, I mean not confusing the story with an overstrong scenario. So if you follow the previous rule, you are completely fine. So since you have only 20-30 seconds to impress the viewer, your story should be solid. And if you feel that you have a lot of brilliant ideas, please use only one, because more than one storyline could ruin the whole impression of your trailer, because it's easy to get confused. As for characters, the same rule applies, as little as possible. If you feel that you could give a soul to every role in your trailer, that's fine. Otherwise, kill them all. Like really, if you find yourself wondering that it's not possible to create a solid story with just one character, especially deleting everything unnecessary, watch, Wrath of the Lich King, trailer. That's a really masterpiece. It's just only one guy here. And let's move about humor. Let's talk about humor. So, try to avoid trending jokes, because cycle of production can take 4 or 5 months, and your jokes could be outdated. So it's as if someone, instead listening to me right now, catches Pokemon. It's not funny, yeah? You know why? Because irrelevant joke. Maybe 2 years ago it was funny, but now it's not. You can use eternal subjects like, but no. Like eternal subject, like like I can give you actually example, but I want to say something. Like try to avoid also racist and gender jokes, because last year was tough for that. The guys from Warhorse had it tough. There's a problem with the Okay. So eternal subjects are completely fine, problems between man and woman, something like that. That always works. So it's enough for the story. Let's talk about quality. So bad quality actually could ruin everything, even a good story. So, for example, why do we love Hollywood movies? Sometimes even with the best scenario, they have a good quality. So when I say good quality, I mean outstanding CG and sound. Since we're a VFX post-production house, we treat CG with respect. But first, let's talk about types of trailers. So we have a gameplay trailer, we have an engine trailer, and we have a CG trailer. So the gameplay trailer, sometimes called also in-game trailer. So all you need is fraps, bring your whole team together, turn on God mode, and record, your gameplay. It's a cool method if you're indie, but it's almost impossible to build a solid story with this approach, unless you are very professional in role-playing, in Warcraft. In engine trailer has become very popular since Unity released Timeline. So together with Cine Machine, you could add, virtual cameras, dolly tracks, textures in better resolution that won't render on an average PC. So it will still be your game, but in a better quality and with a full control. So this is cool. I like that method. So the gameplay in engine and CG. So CG is the best way. So what's a CG trailer? So if you create your trailer independently from an engine with the use of VFX tool, we can call this trailer CG. Actually, the creative process remains the same. The difference is only in the pipeline. And every company has its own approach to a pipeline. Like, when I asked our 3D technical director to provide me information about pipeline, he sent me like 10 pages PDF file. And I said, okay, I don't understand anything, but can you write something that I could say on the conference? He said, okay, so it usually consists of, 3D modeling, matte painting, scene preparation, rigging, animation, effects, simulation, texture, lighting, compositing, etc. So the question is, should we do it in-house or, find appropriate studio for that? If you choose a gameplay method, that's fine. In engine, yeah, you can do it in-house. That's normal. But if you want to make a CG trailer, you have to find a good outsourced, CG studio. This is very important, and I tell you why. Because processes looks deceptively similar, but the tools and methods are absolutely different. For sure, if you're Blizzard, you can afford CG trailers in-house. That's normal. But otherwise, try to find a CG studio. For example, director. So while working with a studio, you can expect a wide range of professionals in this field. So you don't have to search and communicate with each director separately. Studio will do that for you. For example, if we have a synopsis, we can ask our directors to apply their treatments. And believe me, all of them will have completely different points of view on the same issue. So you can choose who fits you best. And the third, from my point of view, the most important part, you are not overheating your internal resources. So outsourced CG production usually results in high quality materials and takes the pressure of internal resources that are focused on shipping the game. Your game is very important. Like marketing, trailers, yeah, they're cool, but your game is much more important. So, and the last part is risk. So maybe have you heard about Cloverfield Paradox? It's the first Cloverfield Paradox trailer was aired during Super Bowl, and the Netflix released the movie immediately after the game. This is a unique situation. Even the film is not good. I tried to watch it twice. It's really bad. But why do we need to take a risk? Because our personal experience is valuable. So generate hypotheses. Test them, make your own experiments, break the rules, and very important, track your results, because without tracking, it's useless. So at the conclusion, I want to say, you have to understand your audience. The story has its own rules. CG and sound are the core, and risk. Do, fail, learn. And don't be afraid to be repetitive. Do not steal ideas, but draw inspiration. Thank you.